the City of Angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 249 of the Heart of LAFC podcast. We're calling this one Hands Up for LA. Don't blame me, blame Bam. But again, it's just so fitting, Hands Up for LA. We do it. Our players do it, apparently. It's just beautiful things. Whatever it takes to get a win, got to do what you got to do. So, yes, Hands Up for LA. The perfect choice. Thank you, Bam. All right. So tonight is a busy one. As always, I do know that it is Shoe Drop Eve. So I know a lot of you guys are excited for that as well. Some of you might be listening to this as you wait tomorrow morning in line to get your shoes. But yeah, the I guess DePaula, I guess they're called, are out. They look pretty cool to me, pretty basic. We'll talk about it. Again, I like the simple things. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. We've got victories to talk about. We've got new players. It's been busy. It's nice to be the big club, right? Always something to talk about. So before we get into it, we got to have our team involved, apparently imbibing. It's great. It's great. Tony, how you doing tonight?
Finally recovered from my week long of just events, and have my voice back somewhat.
Slightly. I know you tell everybody where you were, man, because dude, you've been very busy.
So of course Wednesday I was at the Royal Rumble and right next to the smoke, so my throat had all that ash in it. And then I was at Call of Duty Champs this whole weekend watching my Thieves win the being world champions, and screaming there too. And then thank God they won the winners round, so I could just leave and have to watch them play one more game on Saturday, and went straight to the watch party and used up whatever strength I had left because I was also kind of feeling a little ill. It was just 24-hour flu, nothing bad, thank God. But using whatever energy left I had to capo that. And then, yeah, that was my weekend. And also yesterday I just went to the Angel City versus Tigres match, which was kind of cool to see a different style of Tigres plays than the men.
Oh yeah, so that honestly, a big props to both clubs for making that happen. That's something very unique and very cool. To have that international club play involved, and I think that's really cool. Hopefully, there's something that's building off of that as well. Tony, it was a pretty well attended event, right?
Yeah, it was well attended. There was a lot of course, Tigre fans there, as well as Angel City fans as well. You did have the occasional Monterrey jersey. There was a guy walking around holding his Chivas Guadalajara scarf like so boldly, and I'm just like, you're a douchebag because this is not even your team, not even close to what it's supposed to be, but okay.
Trolling is trolling, man. You know, I can't help it, right? I mean, there's times where I've trolled. It's okay. I'm all right with it. Rivalry, you do things that usually don't make sense just for the sake of your own heart. That's okay. That's all right. They bought a ticket, right? Somebody got to make money off of that dude. So he's still supporting them, even though he thinks he's rooting against them. Look at it that way. But hey, you know, all good things. The thing is, football once again prevails. And so all good in ACFC, hoping nothing but the best. Now, Bam, now that you've got your drink in, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, interesting night for football, that's for sure. Unfortunately, my European team got smacked 7-0 this morning, so we're knocked out of playing in Europe, but that's right. But I do have to say, I did see one of the greatest goals in a long time overnight in the Women's Under-20 World Cup between Costa Rica and Australia.
Really? Really? How did that go down, sir?
It went down a little bit like this. Give me one moment. I'll bring it up.
Ooh. He's going to get a shutdown for copyright, people. It's okay. We'll find a way.
Probably.
Kidding. So kidding.
but from about 35 yards out, straight for goal.
Whoa.
Is
That is
absolute
fantastic.
screamer of a goal.
Against your team.
Against Australia, that happened. Australia ended up winning 3-1, but that goal was an absolute screamer. It's got to be goal of the tournament by far.
That has to be, man. That's special. That is that. I love it. Good stuff. For those of you that are listening, he basically showed this screamer from Costa Rica that was probably 35, possibly 40 yards out, trailing away into the far corner. So goalie didn't have any chance in the world of stopping that thing. That was a thing of beauty. Good stuff, man. Thanks for sharing that. That was cool. Yeah. More goals like that. That's what I'm saying. I dig it. Cool. All right. So we got some stuff. As you see, we're always busy watching the sport, doing what we love. We've got, the English game is back. The Germans are back. Both divisions. Everybody started a little bit early this year because of World Cup. So busy times for everybody. It's good. So we all got our stuff to watch. But what's fun is even though all these leagues are playing again, MLS, LAFC, still doing good. ACFC still getting crowds. We've got our base now. And we're winning. So that's good too. So all good. Now, on top of what's going on the field, there was some news this week about a new signing. I'm going to throw this one to Tony. Denis Bouanga is now black and gold. What you got, Tony? What's the intel on this player?
He's pretty much a 27-year-old striker. Our third DP. I don't know the money logistic wise because at this point we know he's getting a good amount of paycheck, and at the end of the day we are getting more hired help. From interviews leading up from after this, because again, we missed when the draft box hits and we announced him and everything like that. But from what Thornton says, he says we didn't want to not use this opportunity and like wait because we were trying to build a championship winning side and for on the future. So again, could be the replacement for Gavella, could be a replacement for just short term with Bale as well. So this could mean multiple championships with him.
Excellent. Yeah, it's really going to be interesting to see how he fits in, who gets the minutes, who's going where. Is this a sign that someone's leaving or multiple players are leaving? We just don't know. We just know that we have a lot of talent now, and Dolo's got to figure it out. Good stuff, Dolo. Of course, Thornton, he'll work his magic and we'll find a way. Everything I'm hearing about this player is positives. I'm hearing good stuff. Yeah, the tools are all there. He should be able to help us forward big time. And really, there is no escape for teams. You go, they'll go to the bench. Maybe things will get easier. It's only going to get harder. That's just how solid this team is this year. That's why it just seems like it's too much at this point, right? But it's never too much. We all know this. Let the league deal. Time for us to do something. So good on that. We got him. I'm not going to lie. I don't like talking about Carson a lot, but I have to mention it. The whole OCSC shenanigans going down. Congratulations to OCSC for surviving the moment. Good on you guys for showing up and going to your council and standing up for yourselves and fighting the good fight. I know here at the Heart of LAFC, comments were definitely thrown out there. Thank you to Bam. We fully support your fight, man. You got to support local. That's all that matters. As local as can get is better. Grassroots is the best. And anytime a big corporation goes in there and tries to basically take out academies, because the big picture is the academies and the youth development, tries to just take it out by the legs, it helps no one. It's not good for soccer. It's not good for football. You have to have your local team that you love. And yeah, what Carson did is not worthy of LA, right? And we already know they're not. Just again, proving small club mindset with lots of money. Regrettable. I know they released a statement saying, "Oh yeah, we're not." Dude, you had to back down. If it continues, I mean, really, you want to be the evil empire? Good job. You'll be the evil empire. But good on OCSC and everybody involved for fighting this thing and getting it out there so all of us could throw our 2 cents into it. But yeah, small club won the day. Good news. Also, what's going on, of course, y'all saw it. Araceli doing an amazing job in Minnesota, going All-Star Week. Great interview with Ilya post-game. Great coverage throughout the week, hitting up just about every event. She was so busy, everybody. Hopefully, well, we will get her on for the next episode to talk about things. She's driving home pretty much, trying to get home as safe as possible. So safe travels, Araceli. We hope nothing but the best. Again, beyond thankful for what you've done for all of us, for the faithful, for the Heart of LAFC. We're beyond thankful. And great coverage. Again, I'm happy. Bam, you were digging it, right?
It was a great interview. I've watched it about 3 times, but yeah, the insight she got and all the footage that she put out from the MLS All-Star Week was amazing.
Yeah, outstanding. Ilya, as you know, is always an amazing interview. Such an intelligent individual. Great player. Always, willing to listen, answer questions. Just class act. So we're thankful to him. To all you guys that engaged, that check it out, sent us the likes and all the love. We're beyond happy, and we hope we can serve you as best we can going forward as well, and get a few other fun things out for you. So yes, look out for that. The other thing that came out, the shoes. We talked about the shoes a little bit. We'll talk about it a little bit now. Pre-sales everywhere. If you're 3252, there's a pre-sale. If you're a LAFC season ticket holder, there's another pre-sale. It's going basically tomorrow. We're getting released all over the place. This one looks like it might be a bigger break than our other shoe releases, which is good news. Maybe we're getting a lot more out there. Price point sounds good too, so it's affordable, right? We're not looking at $100 shoes here, people. And like it or not, I mean, the design is super simple. It's a proper skate shoe. Not something I'd be too afraid of getting beat up because, dude, it's canvas. And it's a skate shoe, so it's comfortable in the north end. This is something I could actually wear on game day without dying after about 50 minutes because, dude, we're on the metal and on the rails. For those of you, this thing might be a good one for that. It looks built for that. So let's see how it plays out. But I know I'm going to be getting my shoes tomorrow as best to my ability that I can. I know these guys are going to want to jump in on this mix too. So I know it's mixed reviews. I do. I like them because of simplicity. Tony, I'm not sure how much you love them. What's your take on those things?
I'm a skater, so I love them. I'm getting 2 pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, as a skater, I always have 2 pair, ones to walk around with and another one to skate. And then, yeah, the prices aren't even that bad, so it's not gonna like break my bank again. I skate Vans, I've skated Nikes, and Nikes are dumb expensive when it comes to like even regular just team quote unquote issued shoes. So for a $60 price point, that's affordable for not just skaters to skate, but also the LAFC community, because that $60 is literally gas for a full tank for some cars or half a tank and everything. So I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'm the same with you, man. I want to try to get a hold of a couple of them, hopefully, but I just think demand's gonna be really high this year. Just one gonna feel lucky, this time. And in truth, I've always worn skate shoes in the North End. I've never worn Sambas in the North End. I know what. Um, yeah, I mean, the Booznits for me have always been the ones, to do the job. And these ones seem like the sole and padding is going to be very similar to those. So I'm happy. I'm super happy. Bam. Are you digging those? Are we getting to ship those out to you, man?
I was talking to Tony yesterday. The white throws me off a little bit, the white soles, but seeing them more and more, it is starting to grow on me a little bit. So I'm pretty sure I'll probably try and snag a pair and get them shipped over and all that. So
There we go.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's very much old school. I would have preferred black sole or even gum rubber. That would be me. But yeah, as Tony just showed everybody, white's pretty traditional in terms of the sole. So
Well, no,
right,
these
it's a
are.
little more.
It's like my favorite traditional skaters ones. Like I said, like the white sole kind of just brings it out, so you know where the gum. Again, the most one that everybody loves are also the gumshoe one, which is more of a brown, so it doesn't get as dirty, but it just kind of also gives you more of a casual look to walk around every day in that casual, like, brunch kind of day.
Yeah. And Day One Song is the one behind this design. There's some cool videos. I think we released one. The whole team behind it. I know Marcus is a genius. Pat, you rock, sir. We know the men behind this. The guys that were getting the extra work in, creating like a old school skate video, like just artistically, the moves to get this out there just pure class. Let's be honest. They just look great. You could call it artistic. I call it skilled. These guys have put it in work for so many years. They just got the vibe, man. They got the vibe. So, yeah, definitely check it out. Good luck to all of you. Happy hunting tomorrow. That is for sure. Tony.
Did you see the skater references to certain things in his past as well? In the video?
Yeah, dude. It was a throwback. Total throwback.
No, so he talks about cheese and crackers, which is if you guys haven't seen this, I know this is a football podcast and everything like that, but again, growing up a skater in California and like knowing this, there's a skate video with Chris Haslam and Day One Song. It's called Cheese and Crackers, and they're just all on just a mini rep, just tearing it up. If you ever want to go check it out, and it was kind of cool to see all those little, like, if you look at everything, there's little like hints to his past and like skater history too. And the way they filmed it, it was very old school 411 vibes. If you ever remember getting that video magazine before.
Yeah, and those of you that know, Day One Song goes to a ton of games. He is one of us. He's definitely an LAFC supporter. So for him, it's a bit of a labor of love too, to be able to get a connection to this. So again, it just has the vibe. It has the LAFC vibe. So good on everybody involved with that. Let's see what else we got. Bam, you got a rumor about Sifu, don't you?
Yeah, I've had a lot of my mates here in Australia that follow a certain English side ask me about him because apparently they're after him. So the rumor is that you got Napoli, Brighton, Leicester, and Leeds chasing Sifu right now. There are 4 teams in Europe that are after him at the moment. And from what I've found online, apparently Leeds have put in between a 4.2 million euro and 6 million euro bid for him at the moment. So be interesting to see what happens there. With him playing with Bale now and all that, there's a lot more eyes on us. So I can see a lot more of these type of players leaving us quite soon.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, in truth, 3 years was always the plan, right? Get a guy in, have him peak in year 2, sell him off before year 3. I mean, that tends to be, the normal run. Sifu's been here for a while, guys. Probably a little longer than some had expected. So, they got to get their return. Do we want to see him go? Heck no, man. Like he's killing it. This is his best year he's ever had for us. I don't want to see him go. It would be really rough to see him go. It would really affect the lineup. I mean, in truth, it would really damage us. But if the number's right, and we've always said this, every guy's got a price, man. And if you hit that number, you can't deny it, especially if they blow it out of the water. You'd be crazy not to, because now you have another opening to go get another player, right? You got some weapons. So it's tough. It's really tough. Do I want to see him go? No, 100% no. Even if the price is right, I still don't want to see him go. I want to win a cup. That's all that matters to me. But if the club does it, sadly, I get it. I totally do. Right, Bam? I mean, you've seen this a million times.
Definitely. Like, do I want to lose him? No. Do I want him to leave so he can get better and become one of the top players in the world? Yes. It's at the stage where it's like, as good as LAFC is, has he hit his peak at LAFC? And does he have to go somewhere else to get higher and get better and all that kind of too? Because although we have great trainers, great training center and all that kind of stuff, it's hard to compete against the lights over in Europe that have a little bit better. So it's at the stage where it's like, when is his peak in the MLS, and when's the best to cash in to send him overseas?
I mean, really, and then we're talking Leeds, right? I mean, that was the one, and we all know who's there, right? The American Revolution over there. Who knows? Jesse knows MLS. He knows the guys that run this side. There's good relations there. There's trust there, and yeah, Sifu will hit a certain peak in this league, and that's what he'll hit. You go to Leeds, it doesn't get any bigger. Bigger clubs, yes, but competition, that's pretty darn strong. And they're going to be tough games. A lot of counters required in this, but the system is very similar, and that would be, in truth, a good fit. Will he get the minutes we want him to get? Nah, I mean, it's going to cut down hard for him. But what's the stealing at this point? There is none. Anything goes at that point. Could work for him. Could get him moved to even bigger club down the line. You don't want to hold a player back for the sake of yourself sometimes, and never want to really hold a guy back if they need to be there. Money's right. You make it happen. So good luck to him. But again, I hope he finishes the year with us first and then moves on. B-Rod rumors. Tony, I know you were hearing it. What have you got on that?
So B-Rod is at the moment, they're, I believe, finalizing the deal. They say, of course, these are still rumors through the Twitter universe, that he's going to Club America for about $6 million. So again, we don't know until it's officially part of our history montage or America releases something quickly. But it kind of fits. He would kind of fit into that kind of side and the way they play. But again, we won't know until he is gone. And at this point, I think it might be better for him to improve his career and see where he can do it somewhere else over there. And that kind of fits his style a little bit better too.
Yeah, I think a move to Club America, he'd definitely play a different position for them. Something that looks more like what he would do with Uruguay. They would definitely draw him farther back and give him a little more room to attack. For him, it would be more distribution than goal scoring, I think, in that club. So for him, it would probably help him progress. And he is in a mood, right, or in a place right now in his career. Uruguay is still a possibility at the World Cup. It's still a possibility. If he goes to a big club like Club America and it works because the system works and it fits, he might sneak his way into the World Cup. But here, if he's coming off the bench every week, right, the minutes are limited, he can't find a way in, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. So for him in a career sense, if this is real, I totally get it. Can't even argue it. I totally get it. Will we miss him? Yeah. But we've got other guys stepping up in that role now. We actually have other people doing the job that probably doing it better than him, let's be honest. So if it's right, it opens up another DP slot, maybe one for Bale if he stays on next year, which sounds like could be a thing. You got to make a move. Then it makes sense. Bam, your assessment on this? Do you think there's real smoke between with this fire? Is it something really happening? What are you thinking?
I'd be surprised if it's not happening, to be honest. Like from what I've been reading, it's we keep 20% of sell-on fees, so we'll see what happens there. And from what I was just seeing online, it's a contract till 2026. So that's a decent contract. They're apparently going to sign him on. So look, B-Rod, when he first came here, bit of a drama queen. B-Rod, when he went to Europe, got a reality check, came back, different player. And the way he came back, he's grown on me, and I really do like him, and I really want to see him succeed. Whether he succeeds staying here with us or goes overseas or goes down to Mexico, we'll see what happens. But if he does go, I wish him nothing but the best.
Agreed. Agreed. Very different player now since that European adventure, you could say. He needed the humbling, in truth. Does he finish the way we want him to? No. Maybe it's just because of where he's fit in and it doesn't fit, Does he move the ball well? Does he pressure? Does he distribute? Yeah, he does all those things. He does a lot for us. He pressures when he needs to defensively. He plays his role. Exactly what Dolo wants from him. He's evolved as a player. So we'll see. I'm with you, Bam, on that. Again, nothing but the best. Honestly, when our alums go, yeah, I mean, when they succeed, we succeed, right? They're a story. They help the next guy get sold. They help the next guy move on. So yeah, good on him. We'll see what happens. Tony, you feeling good or bad about it, or just like, all right, let's make this happen?
It's a very weird situation because, again, I'm gonna say this for my first ever love for a club besides LAFC and following them closely was America. And so it's like I am kind of not losing him at the same time, but gaining him at a different club. But it's going to be best for him in general, and it's going to probably play this like we've been saying. It's like it's in the Mexican. He plays more of a Latin American style, and as much as our team is very Latin American, Dolo has a very kind of a American Europeanish mixture coaching style. So I think it would probably be beneficial for him more to just go to, like I said, America, and he's going to do bigger, brighter things, and it also leaves a spot open for someone to fill in that spot, or maybe there's something in the works further future on that we're bringing in to kind of replace him.
Which brings us to the next rumor. I finally see the name down here. According to Alan Holcomb on Twitter, that's where this comes from, is a player by the name of Ladij Male. I don't know if you guys saw the rumors there. Everyone understand he's playing in the Slovakian league, a left winger. Could this be right? Right? High possibility. Bam.
From what I found is he's without a club at the moment. His contract finished July 1st. Seeing some photos online right now with him with Vela, him with Chiellini, him with Bale, in LAFC training gear. So to me,
With a pen and a paper. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
To me, it's one and done. Some of his stats that I've able to find out from all seasons is he's played 41 games with 3 goals, 3 assists, and 1 yellow. So he's fairly young. He's born in Mali, but I believe might be representing
Mauritania, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mauritius. Yep.
With that, I mean, I don't see this as a like for like change. He seems more developmental than anything else. It's a project player.
I can see
Opoku's the real replacement. I mean, realistically. Yeah.
Well, I did find out Opoku is following him on Instagram, so I can also see this is a signing for next year, for the MLS next.
For next, yeah.
I expect to see us a lot more of these young signings for the MLS next tournament.
So this is something. This is progress, right? Another young player, another project player. We've done pretty well with our project players, not gonna lie. Who knew Opoku before he became Opoku here, right? We do this. We discover guys. We make them stars. You look at the lineup. Yes, you have your established stars, but you got the others, So we'll see what happens here. Again, with Bouanga, people will be moving around. Are you going to put Bale on the left and Vela on the right? Like it's competition's there. So if B-Rod goes, the weapons are already in place. And now you have someone else. So yeah, B-Rod sounds pretty real, guys. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not saying it's happening, but boy, it looks like it's happening. So we'll see what happens there. I think that's what we got for rumors. There's a lot of stuff, about 30 minutes of stuff to talk about. It's been pretty wild of all the stuff going down before we actually get to talk about football. But I think it's cool to have all this wild stuff going on. I'm happy with it, right, Bam?
I love it. Like, I love hearing certain rumors and just digging deep, trying to find out more about the player. I love doing that.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. So it brings us to the very entertaining RSL match. I know we're going back in time. We jump around like a Tarantino movie sometimes, but we're going back into the football. So we played RSL over the weekend. Probably the best result you could imagine. Right off the bat, we'll just say it. It can't get much better than this. But you're still going on the road, still going to a little bit of altitude, going into a house that's not always been kind to us. We've had some good games there, but can be trouble for teams, can be a bit of a trap, and they're not a bad side. Don't write them off. We knew that going in, but we, of course, know what we have as weapons. I keep saying it. It's just this team is so deep. So we go into it. Looking at the lineup for this, I don't think anybody was shocked with Opoku, Orango, and Vela up top. Wow, what a surprise there. Acosta, Sanchez, and Cifuentes. Palacios, Chiellini, Murillo, Escobar, and Max in the back. Like straight up standard lineup. I think this is the standard. I think it finally got to the point where Escobar, minus the transfer rumor tweets that he was throwing out there, which was kind of funny, right? That was kind of hilarious. He's the starter now. I don't think there's any question. He's healthy. He's in the lineup. He's the guy. He's the guy he trusts on the right side. Not bad news for Hollingshead because he's still going to get his minutes. It just means that he gets to be a little more utility and, in truth, healthy. Both of them, because he can limit their minutes. So this is the lineup. I can't think of a better one outside of when Bale's ready to start. Win. And I know Bam's ready to chomp at the bit for this one. I'm just gonna throw it to you now, man. Since we're talking about the lineup, you heard the comments. You have the floor, sir. I know you wanted to fire off. Is this the time? Do you want to do it now?
No, I'm gonna be restrained. When Bale is ready to start, I don't think he starts. Right now, why mess with a front three that's winning us games? Imagine you're the opposition. Bale doesn't start. You got to worry about when Bale comes in. He comes in the 60th minute. He's got 30 minutes of full blown running at you. Are you going to stop that for 30 minutes? Of course not. At the moment, you've got Opoku, Chicho, Vela starting. They're winning games. They're scoring goals. Why break that up?
Yeah.
It's plain and simple. You see people go, why isn't Bale starting? Why isn't Bale starting? He doesn't need to. We're so good he doesn't need to start. If we were going on a 5-game losing streak, then yeah, start him. But we're not. So why bother?
Simple questions. Are we winning? Yeah, it's about football. Is the player happy? He looks pretty darn happy to me. So I don't think there's a minutes issue at hand. If there was a beef, I get it. I get the anger. But he seems perfectly happy playing the role of super sub and closer at this moment. I'm not saying 2 weeks from now, but at this moment, he seems very happy. So forcing him to go into play, you know what would happen? You force him in, he gets hurt. Then why did they play him? That's the next thing, right? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So
exactly.
you play it safe.
You look at it, go, you got him either starting against people that are starting as well, so they're 100% ready to go, or you bring him in when he's 100% and they're at 60%.
Yeah.
For a player with that talent that can beat you at 100% but destroy you when you're at 60%, why not bring him in when he can destroy you?
In the playoffs, not a lot of goals usually fall. Right? And you bring in a guy that's almost certain to do something out there. It's the cheat code. This is the cheat code. He doesn't mind it. As long as his enough minutes are in for him to be ready for the World Cup, he's going to be totally cool with this. He'll build up. There will be games he starts. I guarantee it. But man, why do you want to blow a start on the road? Right? He's going to want to do it at home. That's just also the drama too. So, yeah. Be patient. It's going to happen. Enjoy the wins, people. It's okay to have fun. Even when your team's top of the table, it's okay to have fun. Try it. It's cool. Be happy with what you got. Looking at the lineup for Salt Lake, again, pretty typical. Pretty typical. They played the 4-2-3-1 as we suspected. They were going to flood that midfield. Up top was Julio. You had Miram on the left, Cordova in the middle, Savarino as you're on the right. Your defensive mids, it was Ruiz and Lofusend. Yeah, crazy German name, right? And then back line was Silva and Glad in the middle. Poor Glad, we'll talk about him later. Herrera on the right, Brody on the left, McMath in the back. No real surprises in this lineup. This is what they got, man. This is the best they can do. So here we go. It didn't take long for things to get very effective for LAFC, right, Tony?
No, it did not. It was literally the 9th minute that everything just started going our way. With honestly, we had 2 goals of the game of the week. I would say maybe like one is more the opportunity for goal of the year, and I'm gonna say this is the one. So in the 9th minute, off a free kick from Velep, he whips it into the air to RSL's defenders clearing out in the middle of the box, which finds Ilie, and he like with a quick one shot that deflects off Sifu and a couple RSL players to Chicho and Chiellini. And in that same moment, Chiellini tries to like bang it in really hard, but Chicho decides to kind of like cross it over his body like on the floor and then just kind of back heels it into the goal to put us up 1-0.
Dude, that goal. I mean, that's the definition of confidence right there. Right? That's just pure Chicho confidence. This is a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Of course, it gets kind of interesting quick, right, Tony?
Yes, 12th minute. Brody finds space in the middle of the defense. He found this wide opening in the middle, dribbles into it, finds Cordova right in front of the box. He does a quick little turn and slots it into the goal and makes it even at the 12th minute. So it was kind of a breakdown of the kind of the defensive presence in just the midfield, and it was kind of like there's this gap. He saw it, took opportunity, but again, to do the turn and not have someone on his back to kind of like put pressure on him was also a very huge mistake.
Yeah, he hit it just right, just low enough to be just out of Max's range. I think Max was even surprised a little bit about it. You know, you would think a little bit of elevation might happen on the spin. It didn't. He did really well with what he had to do, and they kept us honest. That's exactly what they did. Came back, kept us honest. But you can't keep a good club down. 17th minute, what happens next?
Vela on a pretty much Vela in play whips it into Chicho, Chicho gets a touch on the ball, can't control it. It bounces between Opoku and a couple of defenders that are trying to get him. It slots into to find Acosta, and he shoots from the outside, and we're back up by a goal.
If there was ever a player on this side that needed a goal, it was that player. Acosta critically needed that. Really, he's doing the work. He's doing the work. But yeah, you want to see him get on the board. It's good for confidence. It's all the way around. It's something that we need from him too. I think some were expecting a little more from him on that side of the ball. Fortunate we got this one. We can move on. Outside of that, the rest of the first half, a little bit of back and forth, some moments, but nothing too nervy, I would say. Second half gets a little more interesting, much more interesting. So second half goes up until the 60th minute. That's the next time we have a real highlight moment. Tony, what happens there?
LA recovers the ball in RSL territory. It was a quick, like, they were so close to each other, so it was a little LA passes to Acosta, who passes to Chiki, who finds Opoku, and Opoku takes off running down the left wing and like cross passes into the middle and finds Chicho to put it away for his brace for the game.
At that point, I must ask, why are we trying to sell this guy? If we are, I'm like, really? At this point, cut that off, man. Stop. Stop with the rumors. Because dude, this guy, we're crazy if we move him. I don't care what the price. Don't move this man. Bam, your impressions on that beautiful goal?
It was a really nice goal. No doubt about that. The passes that were doing, especially the Opoku pass into the middle, was pinpoint perfect. To get past two defenders was amazing.
And it textbook, right? Ilya makes the recovery. Well, that's what he does best, right? I mean, it's just really the typical, hey, look, the system got us one. Flawless. Good. Beautiful. Of course, there's a little more madness that goes on in this game that we obviously titled the show about. I know we didn't put the minute in there, but somebody plays four-dimensional chess. Let's just say that. And we're loving every minute of it. Seeing Chiellini be Chiellini at his finest. I'm sorry, but to me, that was flawless football. You know the rules of the game. That is the most professional foul I can imagine in the moment. Way better than just a shirt tug. That was fantastic. Throwing up the hands, doing your best volleyball player impression. And then quickly, what, the ball hadn't hit the ground yet, and he's already lobbying for his survival. Like, I know what I did, but it's just a yellow card. Just fantastic. Like, it's just, again, his brain moves at another level, guys. It's really fun to watch. Just the trickery of Chiellini. It's outstanding. Bam, you want to have a good laugh, so I'm going to throw this one to you, man, because that is beautiful.
If you sat down with someone that's never watched a game of football before, show them that sort of play, they'll be like, what the hell happened? You just got to turn around and say, that's what playing so many years of top flight football does. It makes your mind that so much better. He knew he was going to get beaten on the run. He knew it was going to end up with two attackers, one defender, and a keeper. He knew that. Best way to stop that? Yellow card. Sure, I'll copy yellow card for that. He knew it was a yellow card offense. Nowhere near a red card offense.
No.
Seeing all the crying online about it is just pure gold. Like, I saw someone saying he should be deported from the country for that. Should be kicked out of MLS and deported for that.
What?
That's football,
exactly.
I mean, you got to, okay, you want to win a championship? You got to do the things the other guys aren't willing to do.
Exactly.
That's one of those.
You've got to know where to bend the rules, where to make the rules happen in your favor. Plain and simple.
The rules are simple. You get a foul for that, you get a yellow card. You're like, why is it not a red? One, he wasn't the last man. Two, he was pretty high up in the opposing team's half. He's going to get hit for that. Did it hurt? Did it kill their play? Yeah, but how many other times do you see a guy obstruct another player out of an overlap? Nobody thinks twice about that. You're cool with that. What makes it any different? Because it was the ball. Hey, that's the game. Know the game. Be smart about it. Yes, an intelligence we all love.
That being said, though, with that, I do have to say, if we've used our subs and Max gets sent off, I know who are winning goals. He's got safe hands.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. In the hands of Chiellini.
Yep. If we've used our 5 subs and Max gets sent off for a red card, put Chiellini in goals. I'll be happy with that.
He'd be diving across, smiling while doing it. Remember, everything he does comes with a smile, and it's just, and a high five for everyone around him. It's just, again, quickly becoming one of the most loved players we've ever had in a very short time, just because it's the Chiellini vibe, man. It's just beautiful things. All right, so that happens. Then we have substitutions. Yes, Chiellini comes out. That's just by design. Of course, that substitution where you're seeing B-Rod and just, oh, look at the 3 horsemen coming in. It's the most unfair substitution I've seen in a very long time, but a beautiful thing. Subs happen. We get to about the 87th minute, and y'all get to lose your minds because you get reminded of a player's earlier career, and he's giving you a flashback moment. And I'll throw that to you, Tony. Break that bad boy down, and then we're gonna celebrate.
Pretty much Bale has somewhat of Copa del Rey vibes. Is when I say Copa del Rey vibes, it's against Barcelona, where he takes a defender down the field, down the wing, and just pretty much takes it all the way from half field all the way to the end. But on this one, it's not really half field. It's he's in the RSL's territory, but takes on two defenders, takes his pace, and sees how much different pace his is compared to what an MLS defender is. Mind you, he still has to get past two of them, and then still check into the goal and score another beautiful goal. And again, if people were saying like it wasn't a golazo or anything, it's again, you still have to have the skill, the touch, and the finish to make that goal work.
I think they don't think it looks like a golazo because he made it look so darn easy. But there was nothing easy about that play. How many times did he step over the ball on a full run? Watch the touches. They're bizarre. Like, there's a couple touches where you would feign like you were going to go through the guy. It did look a couple times, which of course kills the defender's speed and ability to react just because he touches it from weird angles. The ball doesn't change, but his area of contact does on a run. It's wild to watch. Break that one down, slow it down, and just enjoy the skill that this man has. Is it the greatest goal? No, but it's clever, and clever is good. Both key players in this game, it was clever stuff that really changed things. Actually, every guy was throwing up clever stuff. I mean, you look at Chicho earlier. There's a flair here. There's something different. And the fact that he came around him and then decided, you know what, I'm not going to pass this thing off. I can break it. And he did. Give it to him, man. He's putting himself at risk. He could have easily gotten hacked on the play. Kind of expected it after that situation. Glad is not a throwaway defender. Other people are like, well, he's just an MLS defender. No. Glad is a good defender. But he caught Bale fresh. And he didn't have a chance. I mean, as Bam says, he caught him fresh. Good luck with that. And there were two there. The trailing defender didn't even find a way into the play. It just, again, am I losing my mind? No, I'm just enjoying beautiful football from my club. And that's what this is about. Is we're not only winning, but we're winning in style. And if you can't be happy with that, they can't make you happy. So, are you not entertained? I'm entertained. Right, Bam? Are you not entertained?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. And I'm gonna say now, what B-Rod did during that run was perfect as well. He made Herrera make a decision. Do I stay on B-Rod? Do I back into cover the goals, or do I go out to Bale? Had to make him think. He made himself clear so that if Bale needed to pass to him, he could have, and it would have been an open goal. So for me, what B-Rod did during that was also great footballing.
I mean, the defender had to make the choice of basically let the keeper take on the shooter. Like, that simple. That simply B-Rod did the good run. You're on it. Which is something that we'll miss with B-Rod if he leaves. But in this moment, we have him. He's happy. The hug after the game was hilarious. But all good on everybody, man. Again, I can't complain too much about these type of matches. It's a 4-1 destruction on the road. That's a kill, guys. I know they had a couple post shots. I get it. We've had a lot more post shots this year, so that's just how things go. But it happened. It worked. It was the right thing. It fit. It just shows again that we're ready for this weekend to play Charlotte, who allows about 3 goals a game lately. And we're moving. So it's good news. All right. So that brings us, of course, to the top 3, right, Bam? And who really stood out to you in this game, which these are getting really hard to do. It's really hard because you can pick like 6 or 7. So, Bam, what does the fam think? What does the Black and Gold family think right now?
The fam, they were really on Chicho this round. Everyone gave Chicho 3, plain and simple. Second best was Acosta, and then Palacios got the third best. So the top three from the fans was Chicho, Acosta, Palacios. Bale got a couple of mentions. Really got a couple of mentions. Ilie got a couple of mentions. Like if you go through it, like there's 21 votes for 21 points for Chicho, 8 for Acosta in second. So massive difference there.
Wow.
So
okay.
For Araceli, because she tweets hers through like everyone else, she went 3 votes for Chicho, 2 votes for Ilie, and 1 vote for Bale. I went 3 votes for Chicho, 2 votes for Acosta, and because of that smart play, I gave 1 vote to Chiellini.
Hey, there it is. So I'll throw mine in. I'm gonna give the full measure to Chicho. He's deserved it. He keeps deserving it. I am gonna give number 2 to none other than Giorgio Chiellini. Why? Because look how effective he is in the back as well. Throughout the entire game, when he's out there, we're solid. And then to do the 4-dimensional chess, that just adds to the mix and makes me happy. And then the last one I'm gonna give to Bale, and you're like, yeah, but we had the win. No, he sealed it. And he did something he was asked to do. You come in as the sub, you create counters, you keep their defense honest. In this case, he bagged an insurance goal. So I give him that again, doing the job. So those are my 3 choices for this week. Again, I could have thrown Ilie. I really wanted to throw Ilie on there for doing what he does and the unsung work. But yeah, I'll go with the stars this week. Tony, where are you at, man?
I'm going to be so different than everybody at this moment. I was like, I wonder if it's Ilie is for 3. Because he just was creating everything, always in the right place at the right time throughout the whole game, and we're going to need that moving forward. Chiellini for keeping the defense, as number 2 for keeping the defense honest, making the smart plays, knowing the rule books, knowing that what he does, he knows what to expect from the foul and what the foul should be. And my last one is Opoku, because he, again, without him, he was always, again, for those 2 goals. One for Acosta, he was there battling to try to find, kind of pop it out and then get to Acosta. The other one, of course, the assist. So this is like my first time not giving any goal scorers a 1, but it's, again, we have to now get the dirty work to the players that need to move forward, because we're going to be scoring a bunches at this moment in time. And again, coming from off the bench, on the field, or the starters, we don't know who's going to score enough, but now it's going to be moving forward, who's going to put in the dirty work when it comes time during MLS playoffs.
And of course, we got another goal off the bench. Let's just throw that out there. So if you want to add to the record, keep adding to the record. I'm with you, man. Like I said, it's impossible. They're just so good right now. It's really hard to just pick a 3, and none of us are mentioning Vela, right? And you saw what he did out there. It's madness. Bam. Did you give your 3? No, right? We need your 3.
Yeah, I gave my 3.
Okay.
I did Chicho, Acosta, Chiellini.
There we go. All right. So this brings us to the reactions from you guys. I see so many comments tonight. I mean, we have to jump in, right? We'd be fools not to. So let's throw this up to the fam. I think we're gonna get a good hodgepodge here. So this is gonna be fun. Let's throw that in all the way back in time to Daniel on hell. Hands up. We'll see what you did there. Definitely. We have Anthony Bermudez. He says, question, I'll be at Saturday's game. It will be my first time at 3252. I just wanted to ask, are they assigned seating or could you sit wherever you want? It ain't assigned seating. Get there early, secure your spot. I'd say be mindful of where supporter groups kind of hit their base camps, because that's where their flags and drums and all that other fun stuff is. Just got to be kind of mindful of that as well. Link up with a supporter group at the tailgate ahead of time, and that'll help as well. That way you can go in with whoever you choose at that point, because you've been hanging out, man. That's always good to build the family. So Anthony, definitely have a good time with 3252, but definitely join us at the tailgate. Say hi. Let's do this, man. Stuff to celebrate. You're at the game. Anthony also says none news, club news. Yeah, B-Rod deal to Club America. That rumor's happened for a while. We'll see what happens there. Daniel also backed the no assigned seating. Thank you, Daniel, for this. He's giving the heads up of the rules of the North End. So love this. He says ground rules are as follows: no phone usage, no sitting on the rails, make noise and be loud, and don't throw micheladas or cups. Beer showers encouraged, though. Just hold on to the cups. And don't be that moron in the second deck throwing stuff down on people like you think you're better than us or something. Trust me, we will find you if you keep that up, man. Don't pick a fight from up on top of the second deck, dude. Not cool. It's happened. I know. It's lame. Be cool, guys. Enjoy the beer showers. Keep the micheladas in your cup. Keep your cup. Simple as that. Or else Tony's gonna give you like the nastiest look in the history of nasty looks. And he don't want to do that. He wants to celebrate too. Reasons to celebrate, people. And there could and there could be a lot of beer showers this week, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But with you, Daniel, man, good stuff. Throwing that out there, everybody. Wolf is in the mix. Good seeing you, Wolf. Ox is in the mix as well. Good there. He said, Daniel says, I thought someone say the fee for Denis was less than 5 mil. That was reported, but can't remember where.
I saw it was around the 5 mil, the 4.9 to 5 mil mark. So,
okay. Not bad, not bad. Ox says they aren't that bad, and the price is even better. Talking about the shoes, of course. As much as I love the Sambas, don't mind paying less. Dude, love paying less. Let's be honest. In this world where things cost so much, these shoes are less than a tank of gas, people. Really?
until the exchange rate hits, then it's not that great.
Then it's not. Ox says official release is on Saturday, isn't it? Season ticket holders, check your emails, right? There's something going on.
Season ticket holders, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, there's something out there, so check your emails, people. Ox says we all know Sifo won't be with us next season, or this. We don't know. We just know he's too good at this point, and if the price is right, the price is right. Daniel says I do think 6 million euros might be a little low. They could be hold out for more, especially if he balls out at the World Cup, which looks like he's gonna make his way to the World Cup. So this is one of those cool, fun, unique years where the market is going ahead of the World Cup rather than after it, which is just bizarre. But that, again, this is a once in a lifetime situation, people, where you have a crazy market because of a Winter World Cup. So whatever is happening right now, I know, the MLS are getting, dude, we're getting it because we have a weird World Cup. Be real. But take advantage of it. That's how business works. Right? And then after the World Cup, it's going to be interesting because you have another window opening there, and it's a quick hit. You're going to see a lot of impulse buys from the World Cup, and it's going to be very entertaining because some are not going to pan out, and that's going to be funny to watch. Bam's looking at me like, yeah, every year. Yeah, World Cup, you see some funny dudes step up. Yeah.
And especially with the World Cup starting a day earlier.
Yeah.
They broke the schedule? Yeah. FIFA for the win. Can't get a schedule right, can't sell beers. Good on you guys. Well done, boys.
As long as clubs can afford them and to pay them, that's all that matters.
Oh, yes. Or have to dump your kids to teams that aren't so hot right now and trying to steal stadiums. You know how that goes. Ox, it's a must to win the cup this year. Our team is once again geared up with a good squad. We can't go another season with a good squad and come out short. I mean, dude, we're built for it. We're building for it as new faces come in. I don't think anyone would tell you otherwise that this is the year we're pinning for. There's no question. Spending is there. The words are there. You hear John Thorrington. This is it. This is the make it year. This has to happen. That simple. This is the one. Don't say it's for next year, and if it doesn't happen, next year. No. This is it. Excuses are dead now. They ain't none. It's out of the way. If we stay healthy, we have to make a run. Simple. Get off my lawn says we have to win the cup before we start losing key players. Our dream team. This is as high as it gets talent-wise for an MLS side. You can't get better than this. You really can't. They have to perform. They have to execute. Sorry, but that's life. Right? Coming for the big team, got to make the results. Hector says, wouldn't it be best for Sifu to be sold after World Cup? I would agree. And we'd get more money probably too if he does well over there. But this world is interesting. Really. Let's see. Get off my lawn says, finally B-Rod is leaving. I like him, see a ton of potential, but with his performance and injury, I don't see him as needed for LAFC. Underwhelming performance since the start. The fact that he's a designated player and can't break full minutes, I mean, there's really no other excuse. You have to make sense of this. So, right, there it is. LFC Edge says people saying it should be 8 million, but honestly, I feel 6 million and a 20% is a fair offer. It's too bad we are taking a loss, but having him for 3 years and not a lot of progress. I can see the money going down a good amount. Well, I mean, the investment is that 20% sell on deal. So we're gambling again. Such is life. But again, what are you going to get next year? You know, it's just it's got to be right. Daniel says Bell's contract extensions for a DP, so something would got to give to keep the Welshman in black and gold. Well, B-Rod moving would be that moment. That would be the move. That would be your statement of intent. And we go into another playoffs with 2 DPs. Like, it's the LAFC way.
Aren't they changing the
yeah.
DPs for next season though?
Yeah. So the thought is what, 2 more, right, Tony? Yeah. So.
Yeah, so from 3 to, if we're adding, so it'd be now technically 5 DPs per team. But we'll see. I know they were still in talks about it. It could be next year, it could be in 2 years, but who knows?
Let's hope it's next year. Let's have fun, people.
Even if they just put one next year and the one the year after.
That's good. 1 and 1. 1 and 1. That's fine. Or they do 1 and then 1 young DP, right? They that funky one too. So we'll see. We will see. But gotta keep Bale on. It's the show, man. LSU Edge. I think they may have overpaid for him since he was so unproven. Rossi at $2 million was a steal. They were both gambles. That's what they were. Again, I wouldn't want to play at a table with John Thorrington because he looks like a guy that would throw a bluff out there. I'm just saying. He looks like a guy that'll calculate things out and make a move. Yeah, they gambled. One totally paid off, one not so much. That's football. How many other teams have had bad deals? A lot of them break teams, but this isn't one that would break us. So, yeah. Wolf says, would I miss B-Rod? Nah. But it is what it is. Wish him the best either way. Daniel says, Edge, if the selling is really that big, maybe the price is right. Yeah, I guess it's the gamble. It's the gamble. Let's see. Ox is talking smack about America. Club America, people, not the country. Bam is a journalist from Ox. That was beautiful, too. Daniel. What do you mean it couldn't be better than this? 5-1-6 one could be better. Yeah, but that's like FIFA numbers, man. That's not, 4-1 in a road match, winning by 3 goals on the road. I mean, that's Wonderland stuff. It's beautiful. Yes, we could win 6. We could win 7-0. We want to talk about ridiculousness, right? But 3 is a good butt kicking. Feel happy about a 3-goal lead going out. That's good. That's good. As far as I'm concerned, anytime you lose by 3, you got your butt kicked. That's that number, the difference between falling short and getting owned. It's 3 goals. It really is. Daniel says, could you elaborate on Franco Escobar transfer tweets? I mean, he was doing some funky stuff. You could look on his Twitter. It was a little funny about I think he had like an hourglass and it was around the transfer deadline. So it was pretty funny that he was throwing it out there, but there's nothing to it. I think he was just having fun. That's all that was. Let's see. Carlos says, does LAC really need another winger? I still think we need another central attacking midfielder. Midfield pass is getting pretty sloppy as soon as Vela comes out, and he's not controlling the flow of the game. I think we've said this for the last, I don't know, 6 months, right, Bam, that we wanted a central attacking midfielder to come in. I mean, that's been kind of the constant.
Pretty
It's a
much, yeah.
request. I thought we'd get one this summer. It didn't quite happen. Am I mad? Nah, because look at the other weapons we got. But it could be better. I'm with you. I'm with you there.
We could
Hector.
be waiting for the European mid-season one after the World Cup, because you probably find all these players are going to go buy this one that succeeded and then go, what do I do this one? We can swoop in and get them on the cheap.
Or, Barcelona has to dump their entire roster because they can't afford to play anymore. I don't know. Crazier things have happened. So fire sale, people, fire sale. Hector Gonzalez, you also don't want to push Valley. Played Tuesday. We have a game Saturday and Tuesday. I think it wouldn't hurt to start Bale on Saturday to have him play 60. Again, I want to see him debut a start at home. I'm greedy like that. And if it's against Charlotte, the sieve of the league, so be it. So be it. I'm good with that. But again, they're going to play it safe. So, like Bam shaking his head, he's right, Bam. You're like, nah.
I can see him starting the game after. Against it's a midweek game. It'll get more people in for a midweek game, and it's after a even shorter turnaround. So, if anything, he doesn't start this game; he starts the game after.
I'm super happy we're playing DC United after Charlotte. Like, these aren't like the juggernauts of the league right now. So it's kind of good. If you're going to condense the schedule, you'd play kind of sub 500 sides, right? That's not a bad thing to happen. Daniel says the goal was a chef's kiss from Chicho. Agreed. Get Off My Lawn says, I'm so proud to have friends who strictly only watch Euro footy ball. Him interested in watching MLS now that Bale is here. But with that comes its challenges. It can become a spectacle. I mean, at home it has become a spectacle already. Let's be honest, people. Yeah, I mean, those guys come and go. He leaves, they leave. We already have seen that a million times with the other teams. The nice thing is we've been blessed at LAFC to build our club up the real way, natural way, before bringing in superstars. So we already have this strong supporter base. We have things in place where Bale leaves, they don't leave. We stay on because it's our team. It's our black and gold. Yeah, so that's good. But you know what? Here's a beautiful thing. You take someone to a game, could be the Euro snob type. Could be somebody who's only really watched youth soccer and they get that first experience of the bank and now they become a lifelong fan. And that, honestly, everyone I've taken to a game that's in that realm of, well, we'll check it out. All of a sudden it's like they're buying a jersey that night. Like they're in. And so, yeah, it's one of those things. This is the greatest team that convert people to MLS. That is for certain. Oh, yes. Daniel says, I'm glad that Tony mentioned the fact that Chicho stole that goal. Not mad, though. Goal either way. Yeah. The guy up front needs the numbers, right? They need the numbers. So I get it. Carlos says, RSL caused our defense some real problems. If they had a good finisher, that game would have been a total shootout. Yeah, I mean, they had some post shots, right? They had some misses. They did have some chances. Imagine if Giorgio doesn't make that play and they scale back a second goal there. Now we are in another shootout right on that moment. Yeah, it's not a perfect match, but it closed out pretty darn well. We'll take it. Job's to win the games. But yeah, there were some openings. I think there's moments where Escobar kind of has some issues on his end. There were some sketchy times. It's being watched, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing more Segura as this thing develops. So we'll find our way. Yes, Chiellini volleyball. There we go. Get off my mouth. There's that in there. Historic yellow card by King Kong. There it was, 69th minute. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I think they call him King Kong like in Juve, right? I mean, that's kind of his other nickname. So if we're bringing that over, that's cool. I think somebody already made that banner. Might be Chila, right? I think he did it. That's right. So Sin Filtro Boys kind of created that banner. Good on them for doing it. Let's see. Edge giving his props to Chiellini. Gotta happen. Mark's in the mix. Mark Lopez. He says that Bale goal looked like a damn video game. Defenders glitching. I know our current attack is working, but I want more Bale. It's like they couldn't figure out the arrows on their two defenders, man. It was fun to watch. Good stuff, dude. Carlos says, I don't know about you guys, but it feels so good to be the most hated team in MLS again. I was mentioning this to Ray from D9 the other day, talking about this team and talking about 3252's rise, because sometimes us old farts like to reminisce on things. And I mentioned to him, he agrees, you can't make history without ruffling a few feathers. You just can't. You can't make a change unless you ruffle feathers. And guess what? This team is doing it right now because others can't figure out how to do what we do. They can't figure us out. They can't figure out the numbers on their side, or they just aren't, their front offices just aren't imaginative enough to make it happen. And so, yeah, people getting mad. They're getting jealous. Jealousy's fine. That's another thing. You're the front runner, so of course target's on your back. Chiellini is a villain. Man smiles too much to be a villain. He's a hero. To me. Get off my lawn. They hate us because they ain't us, right? How about Carson? Yeah, we saw that stadium nonsense. It's funny stuff. Good question. Get off my line. Says, when does Bouanga start? Don't know, man. We shall see, but I'm not sure. I'm really not. Bam, have you heard anything?
No, I have not heard anything, unfortunately.
I mean, remember how long it took to get Bale ready to go, even though we had him. Work permits take forever. Oh my gosh, they take forever. It's really ridiculous how long it takes here. Player certificates, all that movement to get things just right to get a player. And then on top of it, getting him into training, getting him up into shape to play like in the starting lineup, getting him used to the system. It's a process, man, and I just don't know how quickly they want to do it, and they're not going to hurry him. They don't have to. That's the luxury of LAFC. Nobody has to be hurried back into the lineup. You can take all the time in the world because, hey, we're winning. And so when you do that, you get this. Wolf, Chicho Acosta, Chiellini was his choices. Good stuff. Carlos C. Serious questions for everyone. Should Dolo be concerned about Ilie wearing down, considering how many minutes he's been playing? He is concerned, and we made a purchase, right? We just bought that Ecuadorian player, and I'm going blank on names all of a sudden. Help me, Bam, on this.
Mendez.
That's it. Mendez. Mendez is a defensive midfielder. He's a holding mid. He can do other roles, but I really do believe he was brought in to give Ilie a chance to rest and make his own mark, of course. But Ilie will definitely get some rest time. If he doesn't play this week, it makes perfect sense because he just played the All-Star game. And I'd be perfectly fine against Charlotte letting Ilie take a break. We've got the weapons. Acosta can naturally drop back into that role. He does it well, actually. So we have two options there. Yes, I'm with you, man. We can't afford Ilie to get injured. We need him to take a rest too. Cycling the lineup, it's gonna happen, especially when we have these. Again, do you really want him to play? We had 3 games in 8 days before our last episode, and now we have Ilie having to deal with 3 matches again within a week. There's no way he's playing all these games. He's gonna have to get rested. Wolf says, "I feel Dola." Yeah, go Bam.
I can see us bringing up Chris Damos from the lights for a game or two if to start on the bench if we have Ilie have a break.
Like not even dress him?
Yeah, like give him a game off, bring up Chris Atomo for a game, sit on the bench, start blessing over him.
Nice. Yeah. Something. Again, cycle the lineup. Vela's going to need a rest too, people. Any of the guys that went to the All-Star game, they've earned a rest this weekend. I'm okay with all of them getting a rest. We'll be fine. We have the weapons. I know. I like this from David. Thanks for mentioning that. He was at SoFi and Rio Tinto. Good on you. 32-52. That was pretty wild. They went strong to Salt Lake, and they used a trash can for a drum. You make do with what you got. Yeah, and they still were the loudest ones in the building with a trash can, and I heard a shoe. Y'all are special, man. It's pretty cool. Good. David Day says, Jaime Camilo cheering next to me and the away 32-52 in Utah. Good on Jaime for making a road trip. Love it. I know Rich was in the mix over there too. All good things. David says, hit the like button. We're with you. Hit the like button, people. There we go. Ox making fun of FIFA Mafia. I can't figure out a schedule. I like this from David. He says Buanga is a low-key signing. Arvela for the future. Dude, all I'm hearing is good stuff. Quite literally. I'm not hearing negatives on this guy. But he's got to play. That's going to be our tell. Jesse Cortez, 3252, also asking about Raito. David Day, Pyro Show at SoFi didn't get much play on MSM or on socials as I thought. I don't know. I saw it everywhere, but I think that's just from my seat. I don't know. I nearly got burned by it. So did Tony. We definitely inhaled a lot. Yeah. Good on the boys for making it happen. That was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Edge says ATL is the team of bad deals, $15 to $20 million players, and in 12th place. Brian Easy, big of a loss. Yeah, right. Your guy doesn't follow through. Look at Joseph Martinez right now, who second guesses or pushes himself to react before thinking on every play these days. Like he has to do everything. It can fall apart, people. It can really fall apart, and we are lucky to be where we're at. And if that's a B-Rod fail where he's still somewhat effective, okay. I mean, if that's the worst thing that ever happened to us, B-Rod, we're blessed. David Day, without counting chickens before they hatch, 8 more wins and we break the points record. 7 and 2 draws. And I was talking with Bam. I forgot to put it on our schedule. Magic number is 7, people. Right now, it's 7. Either we get 7 wins or the team chasing. So to win the West, I mean, it's 7.
But to be fair, we win the West, we're pretty much going to win the Supporters Shield.
Yes.
The way it is at the moment.
Philly's doing okay.
Yeah. Like just playing around with just the West for now, I worked out if every team in the West wins every game, which obviously they can't do because they play each other and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we don't win a game, the worst we can do is second last in the West. Sporting Kansas City can win every game and not beat us with what we got at the moment.
Yeah, which ain't happening. We're moving at a 2-point per game clip, I believe. So I don't see that changing anytime soon because the hardest games have gone away for a little bit. They have 2 lighter games on the schedule. I know they're close together, but still, these are ones you have to bag. That's 6 points right there. Wait, 1 from a magic number, and you're in the middle of August? What is going on, people? Well, we're not saying supporter shield, but making playoffs
we've still got Houston twice.
Who's Houston? What are they doing? Really?
Exactly.
That's beautiful. All right, and then Portland, who's I guess he had a player get injured during the All-Star game, which was pretty weird. Dude, honestly, like the numbers are there. It's falling into place. I can't predict it, but man, I feel pretty good about a supporter shield right now. I know, don't say it, knock on wood, but if we do our jobs, we should get it. And the point record, it's in reach. Take that back from Atlanta, people. Right? So we'll see what happens there. Okay, so yes, thank you. Get off my line. I just saw the email pop while we were on the show. Thank you, 3252. So here's the deal. The Del Paula drop is changed to Saturday at 9 a.m. Just got the email from 3252. Yeah, I just saw that pop right now too. Unfortunate, but that is what's going on. I know Tony's shaking his head. Hey, don't blame me. I didn't do it. Still gonna try to get the shoe. Yeah, so that's pushed back a little bit. Bummer deal. But I guess the season ticket holder one is still happening, right? For HQ. That's still on. Right.
Yes. Hold on. I just saw that a while ago. I was going through my nope. They're actually doing a pre-sale for tomorrow from
Mhm.
8 a.m. to 11, and you can purchase the shoes online and pick them up at HQ later on. I believe so.
Which, if you're going to the game on Saturday,
Perfect.
yeah, I wouldn't want to do it before the game, unless you want to wear them at the game. I don't know if you're that intense about things. Oh yeah, you all are. Sorry, this is a 3252. You definitely are. I can't wait to see how many of these things show up in the stadium on Saturday. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. All right, so David has a good dude. Great question. Biggest game left. All right, so I'm gonna look up this right now. Thank you for throwing that at us, man. So and some I've already offered what I think will be the biggest game left.
Yeah,
Good stuff,
I've got it
man.
up. So we go Charlotte this game,
Mm-hmm.
then DC United.
Yep.
Smurfs.
Okay. Sorry.
Austin.
Okay.
Houston. Back to the RSL. Got them again.
But they come to our house. Okay.
Coming out of the house. Dallas. Minnesota. Houston. Portland. Nashville.
Last day in Nashville. But in our house. You mean that team we beat over there? But in our house. So I look at this schedule, and the only one that comes up to me as a threat is Austin. Who else are you legit worried about, Bam?
Dallas.
Yeah. I mean, Dallas is playing. No, I'm with you on this.
Dallas is good
It
kids.
is. Yeah, their system's good, man. And it's in Dallas, and they've been giant killers before. We've had battles with these dudes. Team of the future, I think we could say, right, Bam? I mean, definitely.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
Austin this year has been amazing compared to last year. They have been amazing. And I've said all season, they are my dark horse. We've got to keep an eye on them. But at the same time, the way Dallas is, who's been under my radar for the whole time, they're third.
Are they already third?
In the West.
Oh, man.
In the West.
Yeah, I enjoy watching them. Sorry, I do watch a lot of MLS, guys. They are a fun team to watch because of the tactics. Smart. It's a smart system. And yes, again, these guys are academy geniuses. They just are. They know how to develop players like I mean, we have one, right? We have a Costa on our team. They know what they're doing when it comes to young players. They really do.
And the biggest thing is Austin and Dallas are both away.
And Dallas just bought somebody, right? I mean, they just improved their roster, I believe. I think they did.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd put it to you there. So Minnesota could get sketchy. September 13th, mostly because we played Dallas 3 days before, so something's got a cycle there. So maybe Minnesota will be tough, but really, the make or break for the supporter shield is definitely going to be Austin, right? I think if you take those dudes out, you just took out the West's best chance to take you down. I know Dallas, I know, but you take out Austin, and then you get a win in Houston. Boy, that's a great road trip. Yeah, you there's not much stopping you from that point forward. And Portland's looking like they're getting banged up because the way they play, people. They're not the Portland that they used to be, even though the record's getting better. Yeah, Austin's the story. If we take down Austin in their house, it's a runaway at that point. We're on a breakaway, people. That's my vibe. Tony, what do you think if you're looking at this?
Portland's always going to be a thorn. Portland's always a thorn in our side no matter what. Like, no matter where they're at. And they're also vying for a playoff spot at the moment. So they're also a dangerous person to face against.
Okay. All right. So there it is. Ooh, and Carlos just tossed us. So most of our listeners, they're definitely throwing in the Austin vibe. Dallas and Portland from Carlos. David was Austin. Get off my lawn, Austin. Edge will be at the Austin. A lot of people are going to be at the Austin game. And I heard the darn thing is sold out for all the other seats already. Like it's like that, people. So yeah, if you're not in the supporter section, it's gonna be hard getting the ticket. It'll definitely be out on the resale. Carlos C, thank you, sir. That was the name I was searching and couldn't in my head pop up. Even though he's an excellent player, I know he played for Carson. I do admit he's an excellent player. Leggett, I like what he brings to the table. The guy's hungry and he likes to hurt us, man, which sucks. He does find a way to burn us. And now having him and was it Areola, dude, their striker. Like I don't know. I'm with you, man. Dallas is not going to be easy. Yeah, they're getting better. So we'll see. We will see. And then Nashville, the last day on Supporter Shield Sunday, you could say if it is still close, or Record Sunday if we're going for the record. Nashville at home against Walker could get rather interesting. So I like the schedule. It looks pretty friendly to us. Only 3 or 4 games that could be a threat. It's out of 7, that's what, half of them potential threat. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Cool, guys. Love the comments. Dig it. Let's see. Let's get back into the mix. Oh man, is it that time? Are we doing community? Is it community time? I think
It is.
might be. Tony, it is your turn, sir. What is going on in the community, man? I know there's stuff.
Pretty much it's going to be, besides the shoe release, it's since we have a home game in the first time in a long time, seems like there are going to be a lot of tailgates. So let me break it down where you need to. I feel like I'm going to read you a menu of where to go to eat for the day if you're trying to help out our 3252 brethren. So first, start off with crew. Tailgate is doing fish or shrimp tacos and unlimited Hangar 24 beer. Cuervos is doing asada at their tailgate. Empire Boys and Black and Gold Running Club are doing tacos and palemos, and actually they're supporting the Mo Fasciani Futbolista. Fascio, sorry. Court. So any products bought from them go directly towards that. Expos are doing Brazilian barbecue. LAO is doing tostadas, and actually this is not a tailgate. They are going to be doing tailgate most likely, but D9U is doing for Ecuadorian night. They're doing for Globo Diplomatics is if you have any old LAFC gear, hats, shirts, jerseys you don't wear that don't fit anymore, pins, donated to them, and they'll get given out to pretty much kids who aren't able to get the gear that we are most likely blessed to buy and wear. And that is all. Whew.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Dude, Expos, you stepping up with Brazilian barbecue, man? Like, you're gonna have the little like red and green thing? I mean, what's going on over there, dude? Gotta pay a visit. And then unlimited Hangar 24. What could go wrong? What could go wrong, crew? Good stuff, guys. Good. Everybody's stepping it up this week. Love it. Love it. All right. So this brings us to the Black and Gold Vinyl Club minute. And we're going to Salt Lake. And honestly, I had to expand out to Utah because I wasn't going to throw the Mormon Tabernacle Choir at you guys. Good sounds, not quite fitting into our vibe. So, yes. 3 ones that I saw that popped up to me. You had the Used, Neon Trees, and then, of course, Brandon Flowers. And you're like, Brandon Flowers? Yeah, that guy, the lead singer of the Killers. I'm probably going to lean towards Brandon Flowers because I'm a huge Killers fan, right? And they're coming to the bank. So it only made sense that we'll throw out Brandon Flowers. He's got a couple independent albums on his own, but let's be real, y'all listen to the Killers. So album of the week, I'm going to go with Hot Fuss. Has to be, right? That was our introduction to the world of Killers. So it has to be that. If I got to name off the songs, it's going to take me the entire sheet because, dude, every song is amazing. So just listen to Hot Fuss, have a good time, go beyond it. And if you don't know who the Killers are, I don't know what rock you live under. So there you go. Brandon Flowers from Utah. Yes, I know the band's from Vegas. He's from Utah. There's your connection. I got Vegas in the mix, people. There we go. Bam, you ain't complaining about that. You're good with that, right?
Yeah. Like the only other one that I could go with, if we're playing a team from Detroit, is "Put Your Hands Up" for Detroit by Freddie LeGrand. But because we didn't play in Detroit, we can't really say that song.
I think there's another killer song that says "Run for Cover." Right, there's one out there, and RSL could definitely do that. Yeah. So there's my choice. Being spoiled, knowing the Killers are coming to town, I had to throw that out there. So there it is, your Black and Cold Vinyl Club minute, which brings us back into the realm of football because that is what we do best. That's right, LAFC versus the Civ of the league, Charlotte FC. I'm not saying that they're bad. We're just saying they don't play defense. They score goals, yeah, definitely, but they've had some struggles. They only really step up against EPL sides, apparently. So I'm just saying, I think that's the last win I can think of in a while. So I'll throw it to you, Bam. Give me the run of form on Charlotte, man. How are they doing?
Well, the last 5 games, if you don't include their 6-4 penalty win over Chelsea and their game that was abandoned against Columbus due to weather, they have 2 wins, a 4-1 home win versus Nashville and a 3-0 home win versus DC. And they've had 3 losses, a 3-2 away to Miami, a 4-0 away to Toronto, and a 3-2 home to Chicago, which was their last game.
Yeah. You watched a bit of that Chicago match, right? I mean, talk about run of form. It's a little sketch, isn't it?
It was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous. Like, the highlights from the game. First minute, Chicago tried to play it from the back, forced Rainier for a goal. 21st minute, Chicago equalized. A shot that the keeper saved and falls at Pres Blanco's feet for a goal. 24th minute, Chicago takes the lead. 45th minute, Charlotte brings it back. And in the 52nd minute, Chicago takes the lead again. So
they can't hold anything. That's what I get from them. I look at the last 5 games and 3 goals allowed against Chicago, 4 goals allowed against Toronto, 3 goals allowed against Inter Miami. Are those even playoff teams, man? Like, I know Toronto's like better, but Charlotte made them look good in that game. Let's be real. It's a very interesting situation, which I bring it to Tony. And you're good, the bad, and the ugly. I know you were kind of laughing this one off, so I'll throw it to you. Give me your good, give me your bad, give me your ugly about Charlotte.
Pretty much, like I said, they're a new team, so that's their ugly at the moment because they're you either fall into 2 camps: the Atlanta, LAFC, Nashville, Austinish, we'll say, because they didn't do so hot the first season, or you could fall into the Cincinnati kind of expansion team where you're not doing so hot. Now, not saying that the pretty much overall good, because ugly and then the bad is not the greatest. So we'll just go from ugly and good. They've scored 8 goals in the last 5 matches, and of course, Swiderski. Yeah, Swiderski is their top scorer at 7 goals, and his expected goals are 6.5. So he's on point to scoring every pretty much time he plays and stuff.
7 goals. DP. Leading scorer. Guy that pretty much got the first coach canned. At least that's the rumor. Okay. I mean, he is good. I will say, if we give him an easy chance, he will burn us. I give you that. He can hurt us. If we get sloppy, he can hurt us. But that's going to require them to actually break us, right? And not get pinned back all game. It should be interesting. Now, Bam, who is in and who's out of the lineup for Charlotte that we need to really take note of?
For Charlotte, they're going by what I can find online at the moment. Vargas is questionable with the knee injury, and Mello and Armour are both out, and they're believed to be out for the season because they both had surgery. So,
okay, so they've got some boys missing. That is for sure. Yeah, looking, potential lineups, potential 11s. The other thing is I tried to find a trend with this team is what are they going to run out against us? There is no trend. This is wild. They change every match, which is a telltale sign of they don't know what they're doing yet. Or they can't find one that makes them happy. So the last run out against Chicago, it was a 4-2-3-1. I think they were worried about Shabilko. I think they were worried about Shaqiri because Shaqiri's starting to find himself now. Legit. He's playing good. And so I think they were trying to limit the hurt from those two because when Shabilko's on, man, he is a great target striker. He is. And Philly, he was a weapon for them. So yeah. What are we going to see from their lineup if they do play the 4-2-3-1? They've got what? Kalina in goal, Walkes and Carujo in center back, Fuchs on the left, Lindsay on the right back situation. In the middle, you have Bronico and McNeil. Bender is your central attacking midfielder. What a shock there. Gaines on the right, Rania on the left, and Swiderski is your sole striker. That was one match, a 3-2 loss at home. Okay. Who else got in that? I think Mora came in, Rios came in, Alcavar came in, Derek Jones came in. And then here's an interesting player who's, I think, their second leading scorer, Andre Shinyashiki. Yes, former Colorado player. I believe he is second in scoring for them. Came off the bench for Yordi Reyna. So could see him. Now, go back in time a little further. They played a 4-4-2 in the game before that. I'm talking league matches. I don't worry about off ones. Kilinia back in goal. Fuchs was now playing center back. Carujo center back. Mora on the left. Walks on the right. McNeil and Bronico as your central mids in the 4-4-2. Shinyashiki now starting on the right. Rania on the left. So Rania's consistency, people. And then had Joswiak and Swiderski up top as your strike partners. Okay. Could this be? We shall see. But Rania, again, I'm looking at consistency, and there's probably 5 guys in this lineup that are consistent just from 2 games. Now you go farther back, and I think this was a butt kicking. They played a 4-1-4-1. Hint, people, this could be the one. Kalinia as your goalkeeper, Walks and Corujo in center back, Fuchs back to left back so he can press forward. Aful as your right back. He started for a lot of teams, right? Now you have your Bronico as your controlling midfielder, your holding mid, Ruiz and McNeil as your attacking mid, center mid, you call it, but that's your trident pretty much. And then Joswiak on the right, Rania on the left. Rania always on the left. There's your consistency. And then Swiderski is your sole striker up top. So 2 out of 3 games they played with a sole striker. I can't help but think that against us and what we offer, sole striker. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing from it. I throw it to you, Bam. It's either going to be the 4-1-4 or it's going to be the 4-2-3-1. I'm kind of predicting because there have been games where 4-1-4-1 hasn't gone well for us as well as we like. That it's going to be that one. What do you think?
Yeah, well, in their game against Columbus, that got a ban due to weather. They did a 4-1-4-1 that game too. Pretty much the same thing, but they had Mora out on the side, so Fuchs. They had Bender in the central attacking mid role, Gaines out on the left there. So for me, I can see them going the 4-1-4-1 against us.
Yeah,
they've got to try and muddle up the middle for us because with our midfield, they've got to do what they can to stop us scoring. They don't have to worry about scoring; they got to stop us from scoring.
So Bronico and Ruiz and McNeil are trying to basically crowd Ilie if Ilie plays, and pin back Acosta to try to support Ilie because of that, leaving only Cifuentes as the guy that could hit them on the counter in the mid. Joswiak, who is very offensive minded in that mindset, maybe it'll be another player instead of him on that right side. I'm thinking it won't be him. Rainey, of course, on the left. Swiderski up top. Fuchs as a center back could be a real thing too because of us. They need the experience. And do you really want Fuchs to be one-on-one with Vela? Because that's what you're looking at if you put him at left back. Right. What do you think, Bam? You think they're gonna line him up with Vela?
No, I reckon they might put more out there on him.
Yeah. Thinking the same thing, and Fuchs goes into the middle, right? Hold
Yeah.
things down. Okay. Probably Walks takes a walk. I think if that's the case, and then Corujo seems to be your consistent. And then right back situation. I mean, between Awful and Walks, those are your options at right back. I think.
Or you could chuck
Actually,
Lindsay in there.
Lindsay too. So again, no consistency at right back. Looks like a problem, right? There's your opening right there. So maybe Gaines plays instead of Jozwiak, or it's going to be Shinya Shiki. I'd bet on Shinya Shiki. He's had good games against us. So
Yeah,
yeah,
would probably
I think
do
he
that.
gets this one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We're kind of rolling with it because we've seen these dudes and they're in trouble. I know, like, don't do that, man. You're gonna make it bad for us. I'm not, guys. If we play our game, we keep our heads, we go on our mission that we're doing. We have a record to chase. We have players that need to do what they need to do. We should tear these dudes up. I mean, quite simple. Yes, they've had games where they found themselves, but they've had other games where, again, you see the goals getting drawn against teams that aren't known for being the super offensive types. And guess what? We are the super offensive type. So, yeah, it should fall in place, which brings it to us. This is going to be a hard lineup to predict just because so many games are being played in such a short amount of time, and it would make perfect sense for people to get a breather in this match. This seems like the kind of match where you would say, yeah, okay, new faces doing their thing. I'll throw it to you, Tony, and I think the midfield is the real question. I know you're like starting in midfield. Yeah, we're going to start in mid. You're 3 for the mid because we know it's going to be 3. I'm not shocked by that.
It's going to be probably, I say, our original starters: Acosta, Ilie. Well, actually, no, Acosta, Mendez, and Sifu. I was gonna say Ilie, but this is perfect for him to get a rest because he just played the All-Star game. Mind you, it wasn't as long minutes, but he could use the rest from flying to Minnesota, flying back, and then we have a game Tuesday, so we can use him for Tuesday.
Interesting. Any chance Blessing breaks into this lineup? I'll throw this one to you, Bam. What do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised. It all depends on how Ilie came back.
Okay.
If Ilie came back fine, I see him starting, but I don't see him playing a full game, if anything.
Yeah, I'm thinking, Mendez, Acosta, Cifuentes. I think, that would make sense. Give Ilya a break, guys. Seriously. All right, we'll throw it back to the backs. Max, this could be a game for our backup goalkeeper, really. But I think Max is, he wants the minutes, so Max plays. Right back, I think is going to be Escobar. I'm predicting. It's going to be Chiellini and Murillo. And your left back, and this is where I'm going to get funky with it. I think it's Hollingshead that starts this game just because of that All-Star game. That's where I'm at. I know Chiqui's cheeky, but you want to keep him ready, and you'll have him go all out against DC. Bam, what are you thinking for that back line?
Yeah, I'd say the same as you. Give Plasso a little bit of a break. Escobar, Murillo, Chiellini, and Hollingshead.
Yeah, I'm there. Tony, what do you think?
I'm in agreement with you. Again, Cheeky coming back from All-Star break, needs to rest Tuesday. If not, even give him the extra race not for Tuesday, depending how if we need the points or not. We'll follow that edge moving forward next time. But yeah,
there we are. And of course, I think the least hardest to predict, the front line. I'm predicting on if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know about you guys. Are we all with the if it ain't broke, don't fix it lineup?
Rest Vela.
Rest Vela. Ooh, because you want to play against DC?
He just comes back from the All-Star game as well.
All right. If you rest Vela, who do you start?
I gotta go through my Sony. Yeah, this actually be a perfect time for Vela to start, to be honest. Get him on not such of a hard team and get some minutes into him. You don't play him the full, but this is a good opportune time to do it.
And limit his limit to 60 minutes because they're saying that's about where he's comfortable. And then Vela comes in as your super sub or whatever you need at that point because we don't know the scoreline is going to be. Yeah, because maybe if you're blowing these dudes out, if you're really getting a good win, you don't even need to use Vela on the day if that's the case. So maybe. Bam, what do you think?
Vela starts. Like, yes, he played All-Star, but he only played 30 minutes.
That's true. It was short.
It was only a short 30 minutes. So because of that, I see him starting. Comes, plays 60, then gets subbed out. So that's where I am.
A Poku or Brian on the left?
A Poku. I'm sorry. It's
default. Yeah.
Don't mess with what's cooking.
Unless they want to see him run more, and I don't think they do. That'll be our sign, guys. If B-Rod's not dressing, we know where he is. There you go. All right, good stuff. Off the bench predictions, I think Blessing's a given. I think, if definitely if Palacios is not starting, he's coming in as the game progresses. I don't think he gets the full day off. Who else? Yeah, I don't need to play Blessing. Yeah, go for it.
Mendes might get on there. Obviously, Bale coming as a sub. Wouldn't be surprised if Mamadou 4 or Ibiega comes on at some stage.
Segura for sure, right? I mean, Segura's become almost a guarantee. And then I'll throw this another one. Did you see who took the field against the Lights last week? Mr. Duenas is playing again. I know, right? So good on him. He's back in. He's playing ball again after that horrible injury. Yeah, I know he's down the line, but it's kind of cool just to say it. And could he get a chance to just dress for once for us? You never know.
Maybe
he is playing again. Maybe DC, he just gets on the 18. We'll see there. Duenas watch. All right, cool. Good on that. Now that we've seen it, let's throw it out to the fam once again and see where they're at on all of this. That's right, you guys. Yeah.
Before we throw it to fans, we do have Chris Penzo this week. Kevin Stewart is the fourth official though, so he'll be there talking to Dolo, make sure Dolo stays calm. So Penzo's done 16 games this season, 31.3% home wins, 37.5% away wins, 31.3% draws. So fairly even over there. Averages 22.38 fouls per game with 5.94 yellows and 0.19 reds. Overall, in his whole career, he's done one of the greatest numbers in the world, 180, for all you darts fans out there. He's done 180 games, 50 home wins, 26.7 away wins, 23.3% draws, with 3.95 yellows and 0.3 reds. This season...
180. Okay. All right. I was thinking 180 for the ways he kind of does a 180 on his VAR decisions. So, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. This season, he's only done one LAFC game, which was a 2-1 loss away to Carson. And he has never done a Charlotte game. It's going to be his first ever Charlotte game.
Nice for them. They'll get the experience too. Shouldn't be at the bank, man. That's all I'm saying after that game.
Mm-hmm.
The great robbery. Yeah.
overall, with these 10 games against us, we average 0.9 points per game. But at home, it goes up to 1.67 points per game. Out of the 3 home games he's done, we've had 1 win.
All right. Still less than what we do. So, no love for him. I never want him reffing our games.
So
the crime was committed. He'll never be forgiven. Yeah.
We're versing 12 people this game.
Just to stay alive. Who's running VAR? Do you know?
Jose Carlos Rivero.
Man, okay. All right.
We've got Ian Anderson and Chris Elliott running the sidelines. Kevin Stewart as fourth official, and the assistant VAR is Peter Belakunas.
Yeah, guarantee you VAR is going to be used because of Penso being Penso. Yeah, we already know there's going to be controversial decisions because he's incapable of doing things proper in real time. So there we go. All right, let's throw it out to you guys. I know I had to have my little fit, but there we go. Let me see. Predictions. Oh, I like this. David Day, I know it's a little off topic. I don't like Liga MX moping about their league, fans and media. Dude, honestly, have you watched Liga MX lately? I'm not talking smack, but man, there's a few teams that are on point. There's a lot that aren't. They're kind of in a weird transition stage right now. I will admit, as much as I like watching Liga MX, some of them are really hard to watch. Again, we have Charlotte in our league, but you know, Liga MX is still a better league, I think we know, than MLS because we see how many times win CCL. We see it happen. But there's some cracks. I know, Tony, we've talked about this a couple times. There's some cracks in that league. That is for sure. We don't want to elaborate too much. We'll talk about it as we get into CCL down the line. But I get why they're moping. There's some stuff going on there that ain't so great. And it's an all-star game, so don't read too much into it, people. Really, it's an all-star game. Smalls predicting another 4-1 win. Hey, back-to-back bookend 4-1s. Man, I could do that. Get off my lawn says 3-0. Gonna be 3-0. All right. Josue Pena jumping in. Whoa, okay, Josue. You're joining the family here. Says fresh LAFC Inc. done this weekend. Good on you. You're in the club. Love it. He was throwing the what formation does Charlotte play? Roll the dice. You get 3 choices. We're predicting 4-1, 4-1. Edge says, think rest Ilie and Vela. Start Mendez and Bale. Bale for 60. Vela is sub. Think Dola will start regular lineup, though. Yeah, I mean, our predictions are the same as you, sir. But our hearts, right? We just like certain things to happen. So there. Edgar Corral, perfect to get a clean sheet these next 2 games. Right? They better. I'm going to say that. We know what they do offensively. It's going to develop. It's going to do what it does. But yeah, back line, let's get that thing working a little bit better. I'm with you. Ox predicting B-Rod, Apoko, and Chicho. Yeah, I mean, Chicho's in the mix. Apoko's in the mix. B-Rod's another story. We'll see. Edgar's with you, though. He says, sit Vela for B-Rod. Edgar's asking about Ibiaga because until Chiellini took over, Ibiaga was becoming super consistent back there. I was really happy the last few games he was starting. So, the man needs minutes to stay like that. Oh, Ox, don't make me sad. Look at it. You see this one? All right. He says Bale and Jennings as subs. All right. Bale, yes. Jennings, I'm still not over the SoFi game. I know it's just a practice game, but I like moving. We'll see. Junior giving us the hang loose. All love the Junior. I bet you he's in a truck as we speak, putting in the work, doing the hard work for the fam because he's the man. Good stuff, dude. Ox says, I say we put J-Mac for the DC match. J-Mac needs to play. If anything, after watching Club America against him, writing notes for penalties, he does his work, people. Yeah, J-Mac needs to play. I'm with you on that. Jose is predicting the 2-0 win. As you know, we don't predict wins. We just predict how things may turn out from the run of play. Because every time I do a prediction, it gets reversed. That's just how it goes with the goals, man. unless I tell you quietly and you bet on it, then it always pays off. But yeah, there's that. Ox says, don't want to see him either, but we were talking about resting our guys, right? Yeah. And then
If we're
Junior
talking,
says, yeah,
if
go
we're
for
talking
it.
about resting our guys, bring up Danny. Bring up Trejo.
Yeah, I mean Trejo's got it, right? He's got it. Yeah, I'm with it. And then Ox brings up the what about it. So Junior did mention Opoku, Bell, Chicho, Restvela. So there's that. I think we're in that realm too. Ox was asking what happened with Trejo. Right, we need to see Trejo play. Trejo. I'm with a sub on this one though, guys. But yeah. Junior, I just toot my horn for you guys and make really cool hats. How did you? Love Junior, man. All good, dude. Yeah. I mean that is we'll see who plays, man. But it would be nice to see some of the kids get some minutes in this game. I'm with you guys on that because these are the two perfect games to do that. Really. So we'll see what happens there. All right, guys. Thank you for the comments. That brings us to this, our final moments. Yes. Thanking you guys. Getting you ready for the weekend. Yep. That's what we do. As tradition dictates, we always do our final comment of the day. Tony looks like he's playing games or he's waiting to play games because of me. So, Tony, so you can show more love to the LA Thieves. You have the floor, sir.
No, it's more my tick of like I'm fidgeting a lot because of my ADD, so I just have stuff in there just to play around with. Final say is have fun this week. Don't drink too much. Drink responsibly. Again, I always say, sometimes I say most of the times, but I'll reiterate it. Check up on your friends. You never know what they're going through. Just a simple hi, how you doing? You know, they may want to talk and then go for it, but knowing that someone is still thinking of you and checking up on you is always good for mental health in general, and that is an important thing for male and female and just overall, or whatever you identify as. It's just good overall mental health. Besides that, let's have a good time, have fun at the tailgates, drink a lot of water as well as alcohol if you're drinking, but mostly water because it will be still a nice, hot, humid kind of day like it's been for the past couple days. And that's about it.
Love it, Tony. I'm with you, man. Have a good time this weekend. Not a great time. Uh, get home safe. Get to the game safe. Be safe at the game. It is a very, very, very long and apparently very celebratory tailgate. So measure your intake, people, and definitely drink a lot of water. It's a long freaking day. I'll throw that out there. Back to you, Bam. Final thoughts, sir.
Final thoughts is congratulations on getting home safe, Araceli. I just saw you posted that you got home, so glad to drive you got home safely. People going to the game this weekend, look after yourselves, look after each other. If something doesn't seem right, speak up. Plain and simple. If something doesn't look right, speak up. First tailgate for a while. Look after yourselves. You'll be seeing friends you haven't seen for a while because of obviously going to different watch parties, all that kind of stuff. Check in with each one. Say hi to them. Have a beer, have a coffee, have a Coke. Just enjoy yourselves. If you are going to drink responsibly. If you are going to gamble in the game, gamble responsibly. Just look after yourselves and remember everything in moderation.
Well said, my friend. Moderation is key and looking out for each other. That's the 3252 LAFC way. At least it should be. So look out for each other. All right. My final comments. One, thank y'all for supporting us as we go on marathon episodes, these last few. Wild, but a lot of news. Not our fault. Club's fault. For good reasons. Shout out to Araceli for the amazing job as our correspondent in Minnesota. I hope the drone didn't buzz you too closely. Oh my gosh, we could talk about that for an hour. Yes, thank you for what you did. It was absolutely brilliant. Thank you, everyone, for your support through and through. I look forward to seeing y'all this weekend for another home game, right? And so that is where I'm at. I just want to see y'all healthy, having a good time, enjoying another LAFC victory. All right. Tradition is what tradition is. Tony, final word of the day.
Stay golden.
Bam.
Stay golden.
And from me to all of you, stay golden, Los Angeles.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.